20 years before Jesus is born. If someone has said to you, within 50 years, the teachings of one man yet to be born are about to explode around the Roman Empire, no one would have believed it.
No, but what they would have done, they'd have said, which great emperor is that? Which king from the east is going to come
That's right.
and enlighten us to this? Yeah. Where will this wisdom of Solomon be raised up? We go, well, actually, it's going to be some bloke who's born to a young virgin, but she's not quite married yet. She's in the first part. She's in the betrothal period of the Jewish wedding. She's pregnant. She's going to have a baby. He's going to be born in Bethlehem, and then he's going to be raised in some slum town called Nazareth.
What good comes from there?
And they would go, I beg your pardon? And so he's not some learned scholar. And no, he's probably going to work with his hands and maybe make tables and chairs.
And especially if you had to explain Ebed Yahweh, the suffering servant, whatever. It's like, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Go away.
Nobody would go for that at all. It's such a farcical story that nobody would even write it unless it was true.
Yes.
This whole thing about Jesus would have been ripped apart.
It has been.
It's never been undermined. There are people that can argue about this, that and the other, but even the most ardent, honest atheist now agrees, yes, there clearly was a historical figure called Jesus of Nazareth. Yes, he really lived. Yes, he really taught. Yes, there were some very incredible things that happened to his followers that turned them from very frightened individuals into bold preachers of his word. Okay, that's a good start. We can all agree on that. I'd agree on that as a Christian pastor.
It always amazes me as to we even have to have this debate.
I know.
Well, look at history and explain to yourself, why was it that hundreds of men and women at a certain point or suddenly started expanding out of this area saying the same thing? Why do you think that was? Lunacy or something? No.
You see, you've got to try and explain it in those terms. Otherwise, you're faced with some uncomfortable realities that then challenge your life. Nothing is lost in the economy of God. So why are these things allowed to happen? It looks and sounds like a tragedy. But when you think about what its result was, it's the diaspora of the gospel across the whole known world. See, if they were smart, they'd have just kept them all there and let them all die there and never let them travel. And what are they doing? They're then taking what they have heard and they start to get followings and they start to share that news. This is so typical of the way that God operates. He does everything upside down.
Yeah.
We think that this is a good idea. God goes, no, that's a terrible idea. Let me do it. Let me show you a better way. And we go, no, that's a stupid idea, God. And you go, oh, yeah, you were right. I was wrong. It's an amazing time in history. There are some incredible people. John was one of those very incredible young men, dragged in out probably a very well-to-do family, and with his comrades there, turned the world upside down.
And in one verse, 17, in which mentions James, John, the sons of thunder, and we can also include Simon Peter, has occasioned us to talk for more than an hour and a half.
I know. It's crazy, isn't it?